Hello and welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing my League One predictions for the upcoming season. So this is being filmed before the first game of the season, Luton versus Wimbledon. But in 24th, I've gone with Northampton. They finished 19th last time out. I'm not too impressed with their transfer business. It's mostly free transfers, a few notable names. We've got Dean Campbell, Michael Jacobs, Ross Fitzsimmons, and the one that stands out to me is Elliot List. The 28-year-old has proven to be a decent League 2 level striker. I mean, he got 4 goals in League 1 last season for Stevenage. It's an okay signing. In 23rd, I've gone with Burton, who finished 20th last time out. Currently managed by Gary Bowyer. I'm just not completely convinced with the squad that they currently have, especially with so many outgoings. There's like 10, 11 players out the door, and there's a similar amount coming in, but it surely has to take time to gel. And I don't know. I'm not convinced by Burton, to be perfectly honest. In 22nd, I've gone for Port Vale. Currently managed by Darren Moore, who's been there nearly 18 months. He's got his style of play in check, I would say. Transfer business is free transfers, which you would expect for a newly promoted team working on a budget. One good thing about Port Vale is that they've managed to hold on to Lauren Tolaj, their star striker, who ended up with 15 goals last season in all competitions. He had a pretty nice purple patch throughout April and May. It's just got to see if he can keep it up, because it would be very crucial for Port Vale's success if he plays well. And in 21st, in the final relegation spot, I've gone for another newly promoted team. I've gone for Bradford. They came third, managed to get promotion. I actually really like their transfer business. Ibu Toure from Stockport is a good left-back, experience at 30 years old. He used to play for Salford. I like him. And then we've got Josh Newfield of AFC Wimbledon. He's very versatile. I'd say he could play along the front. Used to play for Luton. I admired him there when he was on his way up. He's now 24. Decent little deal, but I just don't think they're going to have enough. In 20th, I've gone with a rogue one. They finished 6th last season. I've gone with Leyton Orient. There's been some big departures. Ethan Galbraith going to Swansea for 1.5 million. Jordan Brown to Blackpool for 450k. But the big departure is the former loanee, Charlie Kelman, is now gone to Charlton. He was crucial to them getting in the playoffs. 21 goals, 5 assists, played every single game. He was unbelievable. Without him, I think they're really going to struggle. 20th is kind of crazy. I know it's crazy. In 19th, I've gone with Wigan. A slight fall off from last season's 15th place finish. His loan move, Paul Mullin from Wrexham, who didn't get as much game time as expected in League One, but still a really experienced, good striker who I think can still be decent at this level. But 5 goals last season. Yes, he was playing sparingly, so maybe if he starts, I think he could scrape Wigan 10 goals. In 18th, I've gone with another of the newly promoted teams. This time, AFC Wimbledon coming up through the playoffs. In 17th, I've gone with Stevenage. They were 14th last season. They've got some free transfers, Saxon Early, Jordan Horton, both from Plymouth, Matthias Roberts from Ipswich under-21s. Obviously Elliot List gone, but didn't do too much last season. Same thing with Louis Alper to Cambridge. I think that's a respectable finish for Stevenage. In 16th, I've gone with Mansfield, one place higher than they got last time out. I don't mind their transfer business, to be fair. Luke Bolton from Wrexham, he was at Luton for a short time. I quite liked him. He's really pacey. And defensively, he's not unbelievable, but they also got Liam Roberts in from Millwall. Backup goalkeeper. I don't know if he's going to start at Mansfield, because I'm not a Mansfield aficionado, to be honest. They've also been raiding Nottingham Forest's youth team, signing two 20-year-olds and a 21-year-old from Nottingham Forest, all on loan. Interesting. They have let a lot of experience out the door with the likes of George Williams, Lucas Akins and Stephen Quinn all out the door. And the average age of arrivals and departures tells you all you need to know. They are looking for a refresh in Mansfield, because the average age of arrivals 24.5 years, and average age of departures is 30.8. So that is really telling. In 15th, I've got Lincoln. I don't like their transfer business at all. It's very defensive minded, getting both Sonny Bradley and Riley Towler. Bradley, he's left Derby, he was at Luton previously, so I know he brings experience, he's a great leader. I think he's a bit past his best. And I'm also concerned with the amount of outgoings. Paulie O'Connor, JJ McKiernan, Joe Gardner, Sam Clucas. Most of them leaving on free transfers. I think this is really weird transfer business, and I don't like it, to be perfectly honest. In 14th, we've got Rotherham, a one-place drop from last time out. They've just let a lot of players out. Odafin to Luton, Cameron Humphreys to Port Vale, Johnson Clark Harris to Pendikspor in Turkey, whilst also not renewing Pelly Ruddock and Panzu's loan deal from Luton. 13th, I've gone with Exeter. They've been busy in the transfer window, signing around 12 to 13 players, all very young. 26 is the oldest player, really going for the youth, but I don't know if this will pay off. Sometimes youth isn't always the answer. You do need some experience. In 12th, I've gone for Peterborough, which is a jump up from their position last season when they finished 18th. But Darren Ferguson's men, I've got some sort of faith. Declan Firth for 1 million, Brandon Keeler for 500,000, Alex Bass, the former Notts County goalkeeper, he's decent at age 27. And they have let the likes of Poku and Ricky J. Jones out the door. The more I look at this, the less confident I'm feeling in Peterborough in 12th, but, here we go. In 11th, I've gone for Doncaster, who finished first in League 2 last season. I like their business. We've got Robbie Gotts leaving Barrow on a free transfer. Was formerly on loan at Salford, but was previously at Leeds. He's an exciting midfielder. I mean, he's very box-to-box, but I like him on a free transfer. Matty Pearson, 31 from Huddersfield, centre-back, on a free. Used to play for Luton. I really liked him. He's got lots of passion. He's pretty quick. I'd say decent on the ball for a centre-back. I think Luke Molyneux is a fantastic player, getting 18 goals and 13 assists in all competitions last season. I mean, he's a star man. If you can keep hold of him. Up front, they're quite experienced. Joe Ironside, he had a poor year last year, only scoring 6, but the year before he scored 24. So he's clearly capable. And they also have Billy Sharp. Yes, he's 39 years old, but he chipped in with 9 goals last season. So I really think they've got a nice, well-rounded team at Doncaster. In 10th, I've gone for Blackpool. They were 9th last time out, and Steve Bruce has stabilised them well in League One. And I really can't fault their transfer business. We've got Ravazoli from Wickham is one goalkeeper, but they've also got Bailey Peacock-Farrell on loan, who I assume will be the starter. They've also got George Honeyman from Millwall to pull the strings. Yes, he's 30, but I think he can still do it at this level, 100%. In 9th, I've gone with Barnsley, who finished 12th last time out. Their main signing is David McGoldrick, which may be a risk. He's 37, but he did score 17 goals last season in League 2. In 8th, I've gone with Stephen Schumacher's Bolton. They've spent some decent money, nearing 2 million in total. They have let the centre-back Ricardo Santos go to Swansea, but by the looks of it, he did have some injury trouble, playing his last 90 minutes in January, and then appearing on the bench a few times in April. They've also nearly made back the money that they've spent by a 1.4 million transfer by George Thomason to Wrexham. In 7th, just outside the playoffs, I've gone with Plymouth, who finished 23rd and got relegated in the Championship last time out. I'd mainly put them in 7th because I think they're the least well-equipped of the 3 relegated teams to get promoted or get in the playoffs. But also who they let out the door, not just summer window, but also in January. Because looking at last season's top scorers for Plymouth, they have let Mustafa Bundu go to Hanover 96, Ryan Hardy to Wrexham, and Andre Gray to Fatih Karagümrük in Turkey. So they have let their top 3 goal scorers out the door. Bundu and Hardy both got 10 goals each. And I look at the signings and it's just underwhelming. A bunch of who's who of just random players. In 6th, I've gone with Cardiff, who also got relegated last season. I literally have nothing to talk about. I mean, Aaron Ramsey's left, but he wasn't that great anymore, kind of soaking up the wage bill. So that's not too big a deal. Callum O'Dowd left, I didn't mind him. But in terms of signings, there isn't any. They've literally, the incomings that I'm looking at is literally 2 loans ending. So they literally have signed no one, so there's just nothing to really talk about. But I think they've got a decent squad, just inside the playoffs. Not bad. In 5th, I've gone with Reading, and I like the signings. Paddy O'Connor from Lincoln, he is a quality centre-back, still only 27 years of age. Also signing Jack Stevens, Paddy Lane, Matty Jacob, all quality players. I think Reading can do well this season. In 4th, I'm going with Wickham, but this is kind of based off what could potentially happen, because Kone is likely out the door, which is a loss. Not a massive loss, because second half of the season, the goals dried up. Your main striker leaving can never be good. They brought in James Tilley from AFC Wimbledon. He's a player I really like. Out on the wing, I think he's got good pace. He's good with his feet. I think that's a nice signing. I mean, I have faith in Wickham. I think they're going to do well this season. And in 3rd, I've gone for my team, Luton Town. Obviously just got relegated, but we've been busy this window, which is fair enough. Because getting relegated, there's been a lot of outgoings. the likes of Kaminsky, Burke, Moritz, Hashioka, Alfie Doughty. But we have been busy in the spending department. Josh Keeley, new goalkeeper, he looks really good. Naismith back, we had him on loan last season. And then the likes of Saville, Odafin, Naki Wells, Lomwick and Kuda. I am confident with Luton this season. But third place in the playoffs, I'd be happy with that. In second, I'm going to go with Stockport. I think there's a few talking points when it comes to Stockport. Obviously, there's no Louis Barry because you had him on loan the first half of last season. He did really well, and it's probably part of the reason why you finished third last season. Obviously, he lost that source of goals, but then he also kind of dried up by January, and then he went to Hull and just didn't play. But who you have got in, Nathan Lowe from Stoke, who was unbelievable at Walsall last season. Also getting the likes of Malak Mothersill from Peterborough. He's a winger. And then we've got Corey O'Keefe and Owen Dodson, you know. And in first place, I've gone with Huddersfield, who they've been busy. They've got Alfie May in for 1.4 million from Birmingham. He got 16 league goals for Birmingham last season. He was one of their best players as they got promoted. I also think they've done well with the free agents, the likes of Ryan Ledson, Murray Wallace and Lyndon Gooch. All add some experience. So that is going to be the end of this prediction video. Video's out soon. I will most likely do a Premier League prediction video before that starts. And bye guys.